Hello, and welcome to another episode of Articulate Thoughts, a personal blog of mine where I express ideas, thoughts, observations, and experiences about conscious dance, which is a movement practice that uses dance as a form of moving meditation. And today's episode is entitled Times in Dance, which is a direct correlation to a short film called When I Dance that was released by a friend of mine, Mary Claire, who is one of the players in the dance scene in Calgary, and she's doing a lot of really amazing things with her company called Movement. And on this past Saturday, she had a screening at a friend's house where they showed three short films, and the third one was her personal piece that she had put together and collaborated with another film artist named Guy. And as I watched the film, I was taken through this journey, and it really triggered a lot of other memories that happened earlier in my dance journey. And particularly when I first started doing conscious dance and going to different meetups and exploring ecstatic dance, there was a group where they had a circle in the beginning of every dance, and the teacher would share some thoughts and ideas. And there was one dance where the teacher had said how grateful she felt for dance because it was always there, no matter if she was going through something good or something bad. There was always dance to move that energy through her body and to celebrate or to just to be present with whatever emotion they were experiencing. And this kind of stuck with me because I was relatively new and I was to conscious dance and ecstatic dance and really trying to get a grasp of what it was all about. I've been to maybe four or five at that point, but still hadn't really figured out what it meant for myself. So that sharing, it took a really strong grasp on me, and over the years, I kind of understood it more. And moving back to the short film called When I Dance, the film kind of articulates this thought very beautifully, I feel. Just the way it was shot, there's a constant of, so Mary Claire is the main feature, and she's just kind of dressed all in black, and the background is constantly changing, and she's dancing in different shots in different parts of the city. And for me, this is a metaphor for what that teacher had offered that day. No matter what's happening in my life, I always have dance, and it's a beautiful thing because for me, like dance is just a tool to feel a little bit better or to be present with what's going on in me and to feel a little bit better about that. And no matter what's going on, whether I'm flying high and feeling amazing or feeling really deep down depressed, I could still dance and get into the feeling, hear a sound, feel the feeling, and then put it into motion, and it just allows me to move on and move forward. And just I feel like in Calgary, there's just this really interesting time of dance going on right now. It's just there's a lot of conscious dance happening. There's some facilitators that are being trained and are offering a lot of different dances, and there's festival season coming up in the summertime, and there's always the nightlife as well. I think that was another interesting experience for me. On Saturday after the short film screening, we all went to a nightclub called Night Owl, and there was a Galactic Funk DJ playing or whatnot, and it was really interesting because like typically I have this barrier or I automatically bypass having a good time at a club and dancing because when I was living in Toronto, I would go and it was just kind of I have my own judgments about it, but I felt like the intention wasn't there. People were more there to get mashed on alcohol or drugs or whatever, or to meet someone to mess around with later on in the night or whatever. And dance was more like a secondary thing, and I don't know. I definitely have that judgment about the clubbing dance scene, but it is what you make of it. I feel, and it's just a really neat experience to go out and experience dance in a different way. I think for me, a big part of it was a comfort zone of being around people that are in the conscious dance community and just being present together in a different scene and just kind of doing our own thing. And I think it was a really interesting observation too. Is just I think because all of us are so comfortable with dancing and we have a high level of somatic intelligence, there definitely was an interest on from people that were in our group. There's people coming in and kind of just like people. I would always catch people kind of looking into like how we were dancing or just it was a very interesting observation. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I definitely got to a point where like, okay, I'm done and was able to leave. And As of before, when I was in the clubbing scene or like went to more clubs more often, um, I felt really obligated to stay till the very end or stay till when my friends wanted to leave. And I'd often find myself in a situation where I was forcing myself to dance where I didn't really want to dance and I wasn't enjoying the music, and kind of took away from the experience. But I think, with the experience of life and just kind of really being present and aware of what I'm feeling in the current moment, I was able to make that decision and kind of, let the end night when I really wanted to. So I'd like to give a special thanks for Mary Claire and Guy for putting that film together. I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna put a link below in the Dropbox, and hopefully you guys will check it out and share some feedback and enjoy, and perhaps it would inspire you to dance and come check out some of the other dance scenes that are coming out in Calgary. So I'll see you guys on the dance floor, and if not, inshallah.